Alrighty guys, this is Gamertag, your host, bringing you the Final Wars weekend celebration figure review. Today we are looking at the brand new 2023 Final Wars Manda figure. Let's see if this long serpentine ancient sea dragon is worth adding to your collection. You ready, Manda? Alright, so looking at the Final Wars Manda, the sculpt is pretty good. The head sculpt is definitely very nice. It's large. There are some suit inaccurate things. The little beard horns here are definitely not as long as they need to be, as shown by the tag. You can see they hang down quite a bit, and even the horns, but Bandai's got to do what they got to do to keep these figures from breaking quite as easy. I definitely like the way that the head sculpt does look, though. The red for the mouth is pretty good. It's a little cartoony. That's okay. The eyes are also really, really nice on this figure. Definitely serpentine. They're a little different on each end. That's okay. The body sculpt is definitely nice, and it is, of course, different from the singular point Manda, which we will definitely look at here in a little bit. Don't you worry about that. Down to the tail, unpainted. This is unpainted. The nails are painted, but the horns are also unpainted, which is slightly disappointing. You think they would have wanted to try to spice this figure up a little bit by at least painting the whole thing. But the underside is painted. Looks pretty good. There's some paint bleed onto the foot, but because it's at the bottom, probably won't see it. So, not too bad. Not special, but not bad. Now for articulation, he actually only has 1 point of articulation, and that is here at the, I guess you could call it the neck, maybe. The head doesn't rotate, it's on a glue seal, and the second joint down the tail is also on a glue seal, so it doesn't move. And that's it. There's nothing else. It's, just a basic Manda figure. Ugh. The tag, though, is definitely epic. I'm a very big fan of how these new tags look. I say it in pretty much every review with these figures. But especially the newer characters that haven't had a release before, these tags are looking fire. I'm liking it. There's the back. Kind of shows the silhouette of his neck all the way up to his horns and his head. Very, very nice. And the inside isn't anything special. So yeah, let's compare him to the singular point Manda, and let's do some size comparisons. Ooh. Alright, so here he is with singular point Manda, as you guys can see. Two very different figures. The molds are completely different. I think the camera's trying to zoom on me. There you go. Look at how different these figures are. These are definitely long figures, mind you. Some of the longest in the whole 6-inch line, but they are completely different molds, which is wonderful. Let's compare these heads to each other, though. Definitely nice looking. Definitely cool that we went from 0 Mandas in the Bandai Movie Monster series to having 2 iterations. Hopefully we get to show one very, very soon. And here's Manda looking at the new Final Wars Godzilla and the newer release of Anguirus. Very long figure. As you can see, he's longer than Anguirus. Longer than Godzilla. But he's got a good size. It looks like Manda could hold his own in a battle against these two, which we never saw in the movie. But he could wrap around Anguirus or Godzilla, give him a little bit of a tough time. I'm definitely a big fan of how these three look together. Just having more Final Wars figures is definitely very nice. And of course, here's Manda with the channel mascot and his creepy little stepbrother. Alright guys, that is going to end the video. Manda, as you guys can see, is definitely a good release. Nothing too crazy because he's kind of, well, he's limited. I definitely am still a fan of this figure. I'm glad he is not a complete remold or retool of the singular point Manda, and this figure can stand on its own if you already have the old one. That being said, this figure's still going to only get a 7 out of 10. They didn't finish the backplate painting. You know, the figure's just kind of cursed to a low score just because there isn't a lot to the figure. Though, the head sculpts and the bodywork is still very, very nice. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to go to Facebook, join the awesome, awesome community of Collectible Monster collectors with many, many, many other wonderful tokusatsu collectors of all different types and styles. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, rock on, stay safe. Bye, guys.